Hey makeup friends, we are back with round 2 of my beauty community. If you will recall, I created this tag last summer in response to posts on Twitter going around saying how toxic the beauty community is. And while I certainly agree there are certain people within the broader beauty community who are toxic, my beauty community is not. My beauty community is filled with wonderful people who are truly supportive of each other, lift each other up, and we just share this wonderful love of beauty and all things makeup. And those are the people that I think deserve to have a spotlight shone on them. So let's get into it. As always, I want to start off by welcoming you back to my channel, or if you are new here, then hello and welcome. My name is Kara, and on my channel, we like to mix beauty, brains, and the occasional F-bomb. In terms of the makeup that I'm wearing today on my eyes, I have the Flower Punk palette from Kaleidos, and on my lips, I have mostly Man Eater from the Lip Bar, with just a little bit of Pure Hollywood from ABH mixed into the center. Now this video is being done as a collaboration with my friend Yachty Beauty. She will be linked down below, as well as everybody else that I'm going to mention in this video, so please be sure to go and give everybody else some love and support and tell them that I said hello as well. Now obviously I've already done this video before, so this time around I've made a concerted effort to choose different creators for these categories, just so that it's not boring and it's not completely repetitive. Now that's not to say that the people that I mentioned last year, my opinions of them have changed or anything of that sort, so don't read anything into it. It's just, first of all, my beauty community has expanded. I've met new creators and discovered new creators throughout this past year, so obviously there are different people on my radar now, and I just want to keep it fresh and spread some love to people that I haven't already mentioned before. So with that preamble out of the way, let's get into it. The first question is, who is a creator that makes you laugh? And there were two that immediately popped into my head. That's not to say there aren't more than two people who do make me laugh, but these two kind of floated to the surface. The first is Bailey Sarian. I get such a kick out of her. I love her sort of dry and sarcastic sense of humor. I love how she tackles such heavy things as true crime with her tongue firmly in her cheek. And I like that she's able to strike the right balance. So she can bring humor to what would otherwise be a very heavy and potentially overwhelming topic, but she never crosses over that threshold into disrespect. You never get the sense that she is mocking the victims or making light of any particular situation, but she still sprinkles in just enough sort of comedic relief to just make watching her content enjoyable. And that's coming from somebody who loves true crime, and I don't mind hearing the gory details or anything of that sort. I do have a forensics background. That has always been a huge interest in my life, but she still just tackles it in a very respectful way while still bringing a giggle out of me. And I love her content. She's phenomenally talented. She puts a ton of work into her videos, and I am just so happy to see the growth in her channel. I mean, it's just skyrocketed in the past year, and sky's the limit for her. Now, the other person who consistently makes me laugh is Kate the Great. First of all, she's just an awesome chick all around. I've had the pleasure of collaborating with her in the past, but I just think she has got such a quick wit. She does a lot of live streaming, and I can't always catch them, and I can't always stay throughout the entire length of them when I do, but the time that I do spend in her lives, I'm always just blown away at how quick she is on her feet. Like, I am the person that, yes, I do have some wit and I am highly sarcastic, but 9 times out of 10, the best retort comes to me about 10 minutes too late. It's very annoying. But Kate is like on the ball, and she is just, you can tell she's a very intelligent person, and the wit just kind of plays off of that, and she takes no shit from anybody either, which I also fully respect, but I just get such a kick out of her, and I love her content. The second question is, who is a creator that teaches you? And again, there are a lot of potential creators that could be used in this category, but I've narrowed it down to 2 again. The first is Marlena Stell. I mean, first of all, she's an OG here on YouTube, but secondarily, she just has this way of really explaining things clearly that I can take little tidbits of information from her videos and actually translate it into application, and it's helpful. It's really sort of helped to mold how I do my makeup. And I remember watching her like color pairing videos way back in the day, like several years ago. And I still every now and then will search them up again just to get a refresher. There was another video she did years ago talking about like how to apply foundations that it doesn't look cakey. And a lot of the tips and tricks that she shared in that video are ones that I still use to this day. So I'm just glad that she's back, and I really enjoy watching her makeup class videos because you always pick something up. And I don't think anybody can ever get to the point in any field where they know absolutely everything. There's always something new to discover, and I love that Marlena is still bringing these relevant tidbits of information and tips and tricks to her audience. The other creator that I want to include in this category, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, and I spent altogether way too much time on both Google and YouTube trying to figure it out, so I'm going to give the 3 possibilities that I've been presented with. One is that it's Alexandra Anil, Anel, or Anele. Anile. There's 4. I apologize, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. However, all of that aside, she's phenomenal. Again, this is somebody who could cross over into that who makes you laugh category as well, because again, super dry wit, super sarcastic. I happen to love that. Like, I love that she just starts her videos off sometime and she's just like, hey, that's it. That's her preamble. It's a 1-word preamble. Or sometimes she just dives right into it without even that. And I get a kick out of that. I don't know why, I just do. And as she's going through, there's always a little bit of humor running through it as well. But what I love is that she just explains things so clearly, like her dude kind of series where she's like, dude, blush placement changes your face and all that. Like it's fascinating to watch. And again, having watched videos from her, I find that I am applying those tips to my own makeup application, in particular the blush one. Like, I used to put it a lot more central in my face, and now I do find that I am bringing it out a little bit further, and it is changing the structure of my face, or at least making it look a little bit different. But I really enjoy finding these creators who, it's not just eyeshadow tutorial, one after the next, because I find that sometimes those channels, while fascinating and while those people are incredibly talented at what they do, I can't necessarily replicate it. Even with like the idiot's guide to eyeshadow placement, it's still just never going to work for me for a multitude of reasons. One, I might not necessarily have the same skill. My eyes might be 20 years older than that creator. I have hooded eyes, they may not. Like, there's a number of factors that go into it. I can't do a cut crease to save my life because of the anatomy of my eyes. It just doesn't work out. It's never going to look the way other people can make it look, and that's totally fine. But I do find that with Alexandra's videos, it's a little bit more broad than that. Like, sometimes she will have ones talking more about hooded eyes, but even when she's just talking about blush or bronzer and highlighter, all of that kind of thing, or placement of eyeshadows, I can still apply that to myself, and they're very practical tips, and that's what I really appreciate about her content. Question number 3 is, who is a creator that lifts others up? And one person immediately popped into my mind, and that is Stephen Ford. If you have the pleasure of knowing Stephen, you know what an incredible heart he has. I feel like a bit of a proud mama when it comes to Stephen, because I think we met virtually. I'm going to say it was last summer, or maybe like early fall in 2020. I can't remember when our paths crossed, or even particularly how they crossed, but I have watched him bloom since that time in his own makeup journey, and it's just been amazing to see him discover new techniques himself and really get creative and tap into that side of himself and really just sort of blossom in and of his own. I know that sounds so cheesy, like I'm making myself cringe as I say that. I can only imagine that Stephen's sort of dying on the inside as well watching this, but I love seeing the growth in himself. And not only that, but he is just such a nice person, like consistently lifting other people up, consistently shouting other people out and putting pictures up on his stories, and just so selflessly proud of his friends and just really willing to champion them. And I love that. Like, his whole thing is leading with compassion and kindness. And that's not just something that he says, that is something that he embodies and that he acts on. And I am just a better person for knowing him. I just adore Stephen. I love his heart. I love his whole spirit around him. He lifts other people up, and I had to mention him in this category because nobody does it better than him. Question number 4 is, who is a creator that you respect? And this is going to be Manny MUA. Now, a few years ago, I might not have said that, but one of the things that I really respect about Manny is that he has grown, he has matured, he has evolved, and I really love that he has risen above his past. But I don't want to focus too much on his past because it is in the past, and I do think that he has grown tremendously over the years. There are a lot of other reasons why I respect him as well. I think he's incredibly hardworking. Not only does he still have a YouTube channel that he consistently uploads to, but he also has his makeup brand, and he's very active on Instagram as well as Twitter. And another reason that I just have so much respect for him is the level of engagement that he has. Somebody at his size doesn't need to engage with his followers, doesn't need to be watching reviews on his products and leaving comments down below, and yet he does. I don't know how he finds the time to do everything that he does, but he does, and I love that. I love that he so genuinely cares about what his consumers and what other creators think of his products. I just think he's setting a really great example for how you can still be grounded while being wildly successful. I think that is the kind of example that we want to be setting for the younger generations, not what some of these other mega successful YouTubers have done, which is just become complete trash human beings while raking in tons of money and setting a horrible example in the meantime. I think Manny's a fantastic example of success done well, and I am just so proud of all of the success that he's had. The next question is, who is a creator whose collection you love? And there are 2 people that I want to mention. One is Mel Thompson. Oh, I just want to go and play in her makeup room and just rifle through all of her makeup drawers and just bask in the glory that is her collection. Very jealous over here. I think it's just such a beautiful collection. I would love to come and play with it. And that's coming from somebody who has their own very extensive collection, but grass is always greener, right? Mel, your collection looks incredible. Also, Betsy Gotcher? Damn it, Betsy, I'm sorry. I do know this. I think it's Gotcher. Damn it. I'm so sorry, Betsy. I'm so sorry. Anyways, Betsy's eyeshadow collection. Oh boy. Oh boy. Check out any of her videos. You can see them in the background. Talk about a fun house. That would just, you could die and go to eyeshadow heaven right there in her filming room. It just, again, I want to go over and just touch all the pretty things and play and just, again, bask in the glory that is her eyeshadow collection. Absolutely incredible. Again, highly jealous. The next question is, who is a creator whose creativity inspires you? And the person who came to mind instantly for me is Leora Goldberg. Her pairing of colors, placements of shadows, just these incredible eye looks that she comes up with. I admire it so much, and I do find so much inspiration from her pairing of colors, and just I love scrolling through her Instagram feed just to see the different looks that she's created. There's nothing dull on her feed at all. Definitely go check her out on Instagram. Definitely go check out her YouTube page as well. She does a ton of reviews. She does a lot of makeup. She has a lot of makeup products from indie brands that I've never even heard of. I also really like the way that Leora captions her Instagram posts, particularly when she gets a new palette and she will welcome it into her collection. And you can just tell that she has this genuine gratitude and love for the items that she picks up for herself. And I love that because, for my own part, I feel very blessed to have the makeup collection that I have. I value what I have and I treat it well, and sometimes, honestly, this is going to sound super nerdy, but I will just sit in here and you can't see it, but right Here, just one sec. It's currently a little bit messy and you can only see like 1.5 drawers of it, but there's a bookcase with all of my palettes on it. And there are times where I will literally just sit in my chair and just look at it and be so overwhelmed with how lucky and how grateful I am to have this collection. I don't take it lightly. I truly don't, especially when I do receive PR items and things of that sort. But seeing that reflected in another creator, it brings me joy to see other people getting joy from their collections. On to question number 7, and that is, who is a creator that you would like to be friends with in real life? And there are 3 that I have to name: Heather Austin, Karen Harris, and Angelica Nyqvist. These 3 ladies are so special to me. We have an ongoing group chat through Marco Polo. We talk pretty much every single day, and I value their friendship so much. They are so supportive. They're so wonderful. Sometimes we're laughing, sometimes we're crying, sometimes we're talking about makeup, sometimes we're talking about other stuff going on in our lives, and it's just, I truly cherish their friendship. They accept me for who I am. There's no pretense about any of them. Sometimes we're chatting and one of us is in the bathtub, and sometimes you're just staring at a ceiling because we're getting changed. It's just been such a wonderful girl friendship, if that makes sense. And I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed to have them. I've learned so much from each one of them, and I just you don't have to see each other in real life for true friendships to form. I really truly feel like all 3 of these women are just true friends in my life. I think one of the things that I really value about this friendship is that there's no jealousy, there's no ulterior motives, there's no trying to one up each other. We all encourage each other, we give suggestions to each other, we support each other. Everybody's happy to share what they've learned, what's worked for them, what might work for somebody else. There's no holding the cards to the chest and trying to get ahead. There's none of that. We celebrate each other's successes, and it's just such a genuine and pure friendship, and I'm so incredibly grateful for it. So I cannot wait to meet all 3 of these women in person and just hang out, live time hang out, talk over each other, laugh our butts off. I cannot wait. Question number 8 is, who is a creator that you would like to see grow? And obviously everybody that I've mentioned in this video, I hope to see grow, but I do have 2 specific creators that I wanted to mention here. One is Kendall Elizabeth. First of all, she's just such a sweetheart. If you're new to my channel, you might not recognize my little you're such a little chicken nugget, but that's just my term of endearment for people. It's oh, you're a chicken nugget, and I love you. Kendall is the queen of the chicken nuggets. She really is. I love her personality. I think she's just so genuinely sweet. I think her passion for makeup shows through in all of her videos. I want the best for her. I just want to see her channel take off and grow and keep growing, because I think she deserves it. She works so hard, and again, that passion just shows through, and I think she truly deserves all the success in the world. The other creator that I want to mention is actually a friend of mine, and she actually gave me these beautiful earrings for my birthday, and I thought that was so thoughtful. We'll circle back to the earrings in just a moment, but the creator I'm referring to is Rupi Minhas. Rupi, I apologize if I just butchered your last name. I am so sorry. Now, to circle back to the earrings, first of all, I didn't expect anything for my birthday. So the fact that Rupi thought of me, ordered something to have delivered to me, that just is beyond. That's above and beyond, and I truly appreciate it. I think they're beautiful. I don't think they're necessarily something that I would have picked out for myself, but I love them. I love them. I think they're so beautiful, and I love how much thought she put into it. These were made by an Indigenous artist here in Canada, and I love that. I think that's so special to me, and these earrings are always going to hold a special place in my heart because of the thought and the care that went into them. I'm going to link the artist's website down below, so if you are in the market for some unique jewelry items, please go and check them out. It's helping to support an Indigenous artist and also a small business, so win-win. But also, please be sure to go and check out Rupi's channel. Again, you're going to see that passion and love for all things makeup and beauty as well. And actually, Rupi and Steven, who I already mentioned, as well as Betsy and her daughter Nadia, they have a weekly live stream event where they call themselves the Makeup Magpies, and they talk about upcoming makeup releases. And I would encourage people to go and check that out. Witnessing the conversation about makeup, I think that's just one of the most fun things about the beauty community, to be honest. I love just chatting about it and just hearing different perspectives. Sometimes I view things in a different way, sometimes positively, sometimes negatively, just by hearing other people's thoughts on it, and they bring different perspectives to the table. And I really appreciate that. I just find it really fascinating and interesting. So definitely be sure to go and check out one of those as well. Question number 9 is, who is a creator that gives off good vibes? And K Bella Beauty instantly popped into my mind. She is such a sweetheart. I love Kelly so much. We have been doing an ongoing Project Pan throughout this year, and we're just kind of pushing each other along with it. I think both of us, frankly, are at the point where we kind of want to give up on it, but we're dedicated, we're sticking through with it. But aside from that, she's just such a gentle and caring individual. She has such a nice spirit about her, and she just gives off positive vibes. And much like what I was saying with Steven, with Kelly, again, she inspires me to be a better version of myself, to have more kindness towards others, to have a kinder heart. And I think those are the kind of people that we should surround ourselves with, people that you aspire to be like, and Kelly is one of those people for me. All right, and then the very last category is just honorable mentions. And if I'm being perfectly honest, this is the part of the video that just causes me a lot of anxiety, because my intention with this video is not to hurt anybody's feelings by not including them. That is not the intention whatsoever. And certainly there are a ton of other creators out there that would fit very easily into a multitude of these categories, but I have just tried to rein it in so that it's a manageable list and not, 50 creators long. Having said that, I did narrow down this category to just 2, well, I guess technically 3 creators, simply because I figure the smaller the list, the less targeted anybody might feel, even though that's not my intention. Does that make sense? I hope so. Anyways, first up is, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, Andrea Madelano. I'm so sorry. I'm horrific with names. That's what I'm coming to learn at the end of this video. I'm terrible with names, and I truly apologize for that. As somebody who's named Kara, who also responds to Kara, I get it. I feel your pain. At any rate, Andrea is a creator that fits into a lot of these categories. She's somebody that does inspire me with her creativity. She gives off such good, positive vibes as well. Her content is just easy to watch. She has really insightful thoughts on the makeup products that she's reviewing. She gives excellent reviews. Her quality is fantastic, but you never come away with it feeling like you've just watched 20 minutes of negativity or anything of that sort. Even when she doesn't like something, she explains clearly why it is that she doesn't like something, which I think is just really helpful as a consumer watching a review, so that I can see, she might not like it because her skin type is different than mine. So maybe it would work better for me. So I really enjoy watching her content. And again, I just wanted to mention her here because she does basically fit all of these other categories as well. And she's just a creator that I want to see continue growing, and I just really enjoy watching her content. The last creators that I'm going to talk about are the Welsh twins, James and Robert. And I, honest to God, don't even know what to say, except that I love them so much on so many different levels. First of all, they're the funniest human beings on the planet. If you have a Twitter account and you're not following them, you need to go and do that right now. Right now. It is comedy gold. Seeing the two of them riff and play off each other, stellar. And yet, you dig a little deeper, they're both incredibly compassionate and caring human beings. They're just people that I would love to be friends with. I would love to meet them. I think they give off so much positivity. I learn so much from both of their channels, from their podcast. Oh, Jesus, this coffee. I am going to spill that before the day is over. Anyways, I'm not surprised that they have the following that they have, because they are just, What else can I say? But they're the tits. Like, there it is. If you're new here, being the tits is the gold standard for me. I mean, there's really not much above that. So the Welsh twins are the tits, and it works out perfectly that there's two of them because tits. But anyways, like, okay, if you're not following them, like, do some introspection. What you doing? Go and follow them. You won't be disappointed. You truly won't. They're hilarious, and they know their shit. Win-win. All right, and with all of that said, I'm going to wrap the video up here. Thank you for collaborating with me, Yachty. I really appreciate it, and everybody is going to be linked down below. Please be sure to go and give some love and support to the creators that I've mentioned. Tell them I said hello, all of that good stuff. And if you do have a channel, I would love to see your video on this. Please feel free to tag me in your description box so that I actually get a notification of it so I can watch. And again, I will have that public playlist up as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.